Do you want durable 100% carbon fiber arrows? Warhead Arrow Company. Warhead Arrow Company is 100% carbon fiber constructed hunting arrows with bone-shattering penetration. Durable, tough, yet reliable when it comes to the moment of truth. Their target arrows are world-class in accuracy and precision, an arrow that target archers can depend on to reach the top of their game. Warhead Arrow Company. Check them out today at warheadarrowco.com. That's Warhead Arrow Company. warheadarrowco.com. Guys, here we are live at the Fife Street Brewing Company, coming to you live from here in Charleston. So this is 180 Summer Street, Charleston, West Virginia is where the Fife Street Brewing Company is. We're here with Backcountry Hunters and Anglers this evening, and they're having a pint night here. So we've got some good guests coming on. We've got a booth over at the West Virginia Hunting and Fishing Show, brought to you by the West Virginia DNR and the West Virginia Trophy Hunters Association. So we have some great guests. Like I said, Liz Sloan will be our first guest. She's a volunteer with BHA here, and she also is the event coordinator at the Bechtel Summit Reserve in Glen Jean, West Virginia. So, without further ado, please welcome with me, Liz Sloan. How you doing, Liz?
I'm good. How are you? Thanks for having me.
Oh, we're doing good. It's taking us a little bit to get set up.
That's
because,
okay. We're having a good time.
We don't have our production guy here with us, and
he's sick as...
He said he couldn't get off the couch, so we're like, okay, well, we'll do this on our own.
It's a cozy day, I understand, but I'm glad that we're here.
We got a good atmosphere though here.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
absolutely.
awesome.
In the Fife Street Brewing Company. So
You got the
Have a
brews
great
are
time.
flying, the pints are coming out.
yes.
These guys here are slinging it for
Yeah.
us.
Good
these are
times.
delish.
Good
Delicious.
times. So tell us a little bit about this pint night and how it all got started here in West Virginia.
So I am a part of an organization called the Backcountry Hunters and Anglers. It's a national organization, and we are part of the West Virginia chapter. The West Virginia chapter does pint nights and other events like Trash and Trout all over the state. And we're here in Charleston, just as you said, for the Fishing and Hunting Show. So we've got a booth this weekend at the Fishing and Hunting Show, and we are here trying to get people to be involved in our organization. So getting people to sign up. And it's just really good to talk to people about the things that we care about, which is conservation and, keeping our wild lands wild.
Yes, definitely. So how many people you think are here tonight, and how many members do you all usually get from these pint nights?
I think tonight we've had 5 to 8 people sign up, which is
awesome.
great.
That's
Well,
great.
I mean, one person
Absolutely.
is a great thing.
Definitely.
We actually got to meet someone tonight who is a lifelong member of BHA, and they became a lifelong member in Idaho. They just moved here because they're a part of the military.
Yes.
And they don't know a lot of people in the area, and they saw us on Instagram, so they came out to talk to like-minded people, and that feels really good. So,
Oh, yeah, that's
no doubt.
awesome.
really
That's
cool to
sweet.
socialize with people that believe in the same things that you do.
So you definitely know the word is getting out there.
The word is getting out, and
Yeah.
we need to work hard on that. We care a lot about legislation and things that are going out, but the social stuff is just as important.
Yeah, definitely. It sure is. So give us a little bit of perspective on women in the outdoors and how it plays a role in the BHA.
Well, I would say that at least in the West Virginia chapter, there's not a lot of women that are involved, but I'm here as one of them, and I love to talk to other women about the outdoors. So anytime I'm at one of these shows, I love to grab up other women and say, what are you up to? Where are you fishing? What are you doing? Because there's not a lot of us. So it's something that I'm really passionate about, and I want to talk to other women about the outdoors, and I want to spend time with them. And I think it's an underrepresented group of
Yes.
people, and so just, looking to talk to other women about it.
So we first met you at the West Virginia Hunting and Fishing Days.
Yes, we did.
There at the Summit Bechtel Reserve.
We've been friends ever since, honestly, Mike. As soon as I met you and your wife, I was like, we're best friends forever.
Yeah. We had coffee going there at the booth, and she'd come by. And
I forgot. Your coffee was so good.
It was, that's Backwoods Grind coffee.
That was really good.
We love the Backwoods Grind coffee.
I had so much fun at that event. The DNR puts on an incredible event, and I sat with every single vendor that weekend. I sat down with them, and I spent time with those vendors, and I have made so many friends from that, lifelong friends. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So some changes that are coming with that show. Tell us about that.
It sounds like that show is moving to Stonewall. That there'll be more to hear about that show coming to Stonewall, but don't know too much about that yet. I think it's still to be announced.
So it is. Right. It is possibly moving.
Possibly moving this year. Yeah, kind of back to its home.
Well,
I think with COVID, I think it just took a brief pause from its home, and I think that Stonewall got to be like bigger and better and spend some money on making that facility incredible. So I think it's going back to where it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think the Bechtel Summit Reserve is a little far big for that event.
It's an incredible property, but Southern West Virginia just does not necessarily have the people.
Yeah.
It doesn't necessarily have the pool. So,
well, it's bringing in it got to bring in a lot of people, but with it so spread out and things, I think that kind of like people just didn't know where to go.
Yeah,
and
I had a blast because I know the property well, but not everybody does.
Yes.
So
it is vast.
Yeah, I'll be sad to see it go, and I think we need to do other awesome things with that property. We have 10,000 acres. We have one of the biggest shooting ranges in the country, and I think we need to do more things to allow the public to use that property. So we're looking for those opportunities.
Sure. I think it will come.
I think so too.
Perfect.
I'm excited for it.
So what all do you do at the Summit Bechtel Reserve?
I take care of mostly non-scouting events. So the Summit Bechtel is a scouting property.
Right.
That's where they hold the world and national jamborees. But we are also doing a lot of non-scouting business. So I get to do all the really fun stuff. I get to do the weddings and the concerts. We're supposed to have a big concert series coming up this summer. So that's something that'll be announced in the next couple of weeks.
Awesome.
Yeah, and it's pretty much the coolest job ever. I get to work on a piece of property that people have spent a lot of money to where they care about things like conservation, and they care about things like keeping people safe and teaching the youth how to shoot, and it's an incredible project to be a part of. So I love it.
That's a great aspect.
I truly found my dream job.
Oh yeah, that's got to be a dream job.
It's
helping
a dream
the
job.
kids, man. That's where it's at.
Yeah.
That's
what
it's all about.
Yeah,
I'm spoiled rotten.
That's the future of our heritage. In the hunting world.
Yeah.
Hunting and fishing.
The Summit has 4 lakes. They're all stocked with different species of fish, and it's just such a it's a fun project to be a part of, and I think that there'll be a lot of things still to come for years there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, Liz, thank you for being on this evening. You're our first guest. It's the first time you've been on the podcast.
I'm so glad to be here.
Good job.
We're going to have such a fun weekend, and I'm so excited. I'm going to hustle all weekend long.
All right.
Y'all want me to come to your booth and, hustle some calls? I'm there.
Yeah.
I'm there.
Come on over.
What booth number are you guys?
68.
68.
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome.
We're selling a bunch of T-shirts. We have this awesome, beautiful new now jeans that I'm really excited about, and pretty much just all the members. We have not really organized who's working what. You just show up and everyone's just hanging out back there. So I love that. I love that. We're just shooting the shit, and it's great. Yeah.
That's what I do.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
All right,
Thank y'all
guys.
for having me.
Yep.
No, we appreciate you for coming on.
Be sure to check them out at booth 68, correct?
Yes, thank
you.
All
right.
Thanks for the shout out, y'all.
Yep, no problem.
Anytime.
And guys, we'll be right back after word from our sponsors with another segment. Do you find yourself not wanting to tackle that honey-do list at home or the dreaded home and business repairs and improvements? Let Jones Empire LLC, which is a locally owned and operated business from Charleston to Huntington, West Virginia. Jones Empire LLC is licensed and insured, servicing commercial and residential properties throughout the state of West Virginia. Jones Empire LLC offers junk removal, property cleaning, interior and exterior cleaning, paver, patios, small remodels, tree pruning, tree trimming, tree cutting, tree removal, demolition, tree thinning, stump removal, landscaping, painting and staining, gutter cleaning, pressure washing, and even small remodels. Jones Empire LLC also offers dump trailer services for all your hauling needs. Jones Empire LLC offers free estimates. Schedule your service today. Call or text 304-541-8934. Again, call Jones Empire LLC 304-541-8934. They also offer 24/7 emergency services. Call them today. This episode of On the Limb with Nature's Voice Game Calls is brought to you by Outdoor Pro Shop, LLC. Outdoor Pro Shop is a family-owned and operated firearms dealer and sporting goods retailer. They have pay-over-time options, a rewards program, and customer service satisfaction that is unmatched. They might not be the biggest, but they strive to be the best. Contact them today at 240-360-1298 or visit them on the web at www.outdoor-pro-shop.com. That's Outdoor Pro Shop, 240-360-1298. All right, guys, here we are for our next segment here live from the Fife Street Brewing Company on 180 Summer Street, Charleston, West Virginia. We're here for the Pint Night with the Backcountry Hunters and Anglers.
Yeah.
So we're having a great time, man. The atmosphere here is awesome. I'm sure you can hear it in the background.
Absolutely, that's what I was going to say. You can hear it in the background.
Yeah. So we've got Jameson Hibbs coming up, so we'll get right into it. Without further ado, please welcome Jameson Hibbs.
How you doing tonight, Jameson?
Pretty good, guys. How are you all doing?
Oh, man, we're doing good.
Isn't this great? This is great. I'm enjoying it. It's been a great time, great atmosphere for sure out here tonight. If you guys haven't been to the Fife Street in Charleston, it is well worth the stop.
Oh, yeah.
They've got good beer.
All local beer. I mean, they brew this right here in Charleston.
Yeah, if you're sitting at the bar, you can literally see where they're making it all at.
How they're brewing it. Yep, sure
awesome.
can.
This is our third pint night we've had here. We had one in October of 22, and then we had one a year ago for the expo.
Oh, okay.
So
nice.
we definitely like coming back to this place. They have great beer, great food, great people.
Nice. So that's just a little hit on how Pint Night's going. So have you guys had quite a few turnouts here tonight? Or
it's kind of hard to tell with all the people from the expo, but I know we've counted about 10 to 15 people here because of the BHA Pint Night. We had a new life member that we've not met yet. He relocated actually about a year ago into West Virginia, so it was good to connect with him. It's just nice having you guys here.
Yeah,
so,
that's
what
awesome.
These Pint Nights do.
You know, as a matter of fact, talking about that life member, so something we like to do on every podcast is our salute to valor. So your lifetime member of the BHA is actually a military veteran who is currently still serving. He's a Sergeant First Class E7 who's actively serving. He has spent 19 and a half years in the service already. He is from Pittsburgh, PA, and his name is Nathan Novelly. I hope I got that right. If I did not, I apologize.
I think that's right.
He has served in the Army. I know he mentioned he was reservist and then went active. He is still currently active duty. And we was talking to him a little bit ago. Great guy, awesome man.
Yeah,
he's planning on doing at least another 5 to 6, 7 years possibly. So that's great.
He's going to be a lifer for sure.
Yeah. So he has done one tour of duty to Kuwait. Like you said, he's currently stationed here in Charleston as a recruiting officer. So that's sergeant. He's not an officer, so don't mix that up. I mean, I know how that goes. He's a working man, not an officer. So he was awarded an Army Achievement Medal, Overseas Medal, AAM, and like I said, he's still active. So we really, really appreciate meeting him and getting some information from him.
Yeah, that's awesome, man.
So that's great that he's going to be a retired Army veteran.
Yeah, absolutely.
In about 6-7 years, he's gonna take his time out of it, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, I had a chance to talk to him for a good 25-30 minutes, and he's an outstanding individual.
Yes.
Yeah, he seemed real nice.
Yep.
Real good guy.
Thank you, Nathan, for your service to our great country. God bless you.
Absolutely.
All right. So, Jameson, you are the director of the West Virginia Backcountry Hunters and Anglers chapter here in West Virginia.
Jesus.
Almost right. So I'm a chapter coordinator.
Coordinator.
Yeah,
there you go.
I actually cover 7 different states.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
I was on your podcast, about a year and a half ago, and I covered 5 then. So now
Yes.
up to 7.
I
So I don't know if that's good or bad.
You've bumped up a little bit.
But yeah,
Wow.
Must be
definitely
good.
doing a
They
lot
must
of
like
coverage.
you, right?
Well, they have to.
They don't have no choice.
That's right. Yeah.
That's awesome.
So tell us about how the Pint Night's going this evening.
Pint Night's going good, man. We've got a lot of people here. Like I said, 3rd time back at 5th Street. They've always been a very welcoming facility.
Yeah.
It's an easy place to get to. The weather's a little iffy for a lot of people to come out, but we still have a good attendance.
Yes.
So I would call this a good success for us right now.
I think so, yeah.
And correlating with the Trophy Hunters Expo, I mean, this is a great time to have a Pint Night.
It
After
is.
an expo like
Absolutely.
that, capitalize on it, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
for sure.
So you guys, we was talking there during the break there a minute. You guys got a new CEO for the BHA, Patrick Berry.
That's right.
So
we do. We we kind of have a little bit of restructuring there in-house internally, and Patrick Berry was hired on. He started about 2.5, 3 weeks ago now with us. Has a great background in conservation, non-for-profit, leadership.
Awesome.
I've had a one-on-one conversation with him now. He's been on a few of our staff calls. I've seen a lot of the stuff he's been putting out. He's going to bring a lot of great structure, momentum to BHA. So I see nothing but prosperous for us going forward.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It's going to be good. It's going to be
sure.
It's always nice to kind of get new blood in there a little bit.
It is.
So-
After a while, no matter what, every organization has to have a little bit of a leadership,
Yep.
Restructuring or a new leader at the helm,
Yep.
and Patrick's going to bring a different business mindset to
Yeah,
us.
absolutely.
And I think that's what we need. BHA grew fast, it grew quick, it grew fast, it covered the entire nation in a very short amount of time. And now I think, Patrick's going to be able to take us to that next level of what a conservation organization like BHA can do. Sure.
Sounds like he brings a lot to the table, too.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes,
So-
he does.
Awesome.
Yes, he does.
All right, so BHA chapter in general, just give us a little in-depth
Yeah,
view
absolutely.
of that
So-
here in West Virginia.
Yeah, certainly will. So, I took over as coordinator in March of 22. The West Virginia chapter is pretty young. They started in 2020, so they started right in COVID.
Oh, yeah.
So you
Nice.
start, boom, the wind's taken out of your sails pretty much immediately. But I can say this last year, especially in 2023, man, we saw some great growth in the chapter, great growth in membership. We put on almost about 70 members. Statewide to the chapter, we added on some new chapter leaders across the state. We have some people up in Morgantown, up in the Panhandle now. We have a lot more activity happening across the entire the chapter region. We put on a good quality 10 events last year, which was up from about 3 or 4 we had in 2022.
Oh, wow. Nice.
And I know we're working on our chapter plan. Actually, we just submitted our chapter plan for this state. And we're going to try to keep it between, 15 to 20 events around the entire state. Very diverse, having some stuff that are very social like this. A lot of stewardship, grassroots, get your fingers dirty type activities that everyone likes to do. Maybe some fundraising events, some educational events. So we're trying to really have a really diverse event repertoire coming out for you.
I know, like every year, we do down in Eleanor, West Virginia, there's a youth day shoot. Do you guys have plans on something like that? Like just incorporating like archery and muzzleloader or 22 shooting for the kids? or
If
anything?
we could do some R3 youth stuff, that would be great.
Yeah, that'd be
We're
awesome.
actually just
you got the
talking
place
to
for it.
yeah.
For
Oh
sure.
yeah, we have the people for it. We have the state for it. I was just talking to Ashley with the R3 coordinator for DNR earlier at the expo, and she's going to shoot us over some of their event ideas and see if there's something we can latch on to
Yeah, 'cause
there.
I know-
Maybe have some hard dates going into 24, and we can maybe solidify something with DNR.
Because I know they come down to that youth day.
Oh, do they?
And they
Nice.
bring
Yes.
their trailer and they do the skeet shoot.
Oh, awesome.
For the kids. So
That's
it's
cool.
And they put on an awesome outing for those kids.
Awesome.
They
Yeah.
they got their launcher out of the trailer, and them kids have a blast trying to knock him.
Sounds like we need to be there too. Then.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I know the guy that puts
all
it on.
right,
so
all right. Well,
I'll
have
get
his
some
people call my
information to
people.
you. Absolutely. I'll get some info.
Your
for you.
people get with his people, and we'll do the people
Do
thing.
some people.
That's right. I'll do that peopling.
So did you all, I was typing in some more talking points for our next guest, but did you all touch on regional things?
Not yet, no, sir.
Okay, so let's touch on some regional things.
So regional, there's not a whole lot coming out right now. I can say that we have in the works over in Western Kentucky. It's a pretty long haul from people here, but we're going to work with, and I don't want to let the cat out of the bag right now, but we're going to work with a very small game-centric person that a lot of people are going to recognize to have a really big regional event. It's going to be June 8th and 9th, Paducah, Kentucky.
Okay.
That's
I know
about all I
where
can say
Paducah's
about
at.
it right now. But I can say if you're a small game hunter, it's an event you're going to want to attend.
Nice.
We'll also have the muster in the mountains, which we have annually somewhere in the east. We haven't solidified a location for that now, but it'll be coming out sometime soon.
Okay, cool. Nice. All right, Jameson. Well, we appreciate having you on. And this is, like I said, this is a great atmosphere tonight here at the Pint Night for West Virginia Backcountry Hunters and Anglers. It's just great.
Awesome.
I mean, we've had an awesome time so far. We've got 2 more guests, and we're going to wrap it up. So
thanks, guys. I appreciate you being here.
Thank you. Appreciate you. Thanks, guys, for listening. We'll be right back after another word from our sponsors. This episode of On the Limb with Nature's Voice Game Calls is brought to you by Backwater Truck Supply, located at 100 Armor Creek Road in Nitro, West Virginia, right across from the Town and Country Supply. Contact them today at 304-610-8699 or check them out at backwatertrucksupply.westvirginia.com. Backwater Truck Supply specializes in accessorying your ride to your liking, new or old. Does your Jeep or truck need lifted or leveling kit installed? They've got you covered. New tires or minor automotive repairs? They got you covered there as well, with a full-service lift along with a wheel balancing machine. They are affiliates with some of the top brands in the automotive industry. Contact them today at 304-610-8699 or check them out at backwatertrucksupply.westvirginia.com.
This episode of On the Limb with Nature's Voice Game Calls is brought to you by Trout Routes. Trout Routes is a premier fishing app that strives to empower trout anglers with information to help you go further and discover new waters, new places, and new faces. Check them out at troutroutes.com. Trout Routes is proud to be able to connect you to local resources and experts, such as fly shops, guides, local brands, and nonprofits. Be sure to check them out at troutroutes.com or the Apple App Store and Google Play Store to download the app today.
All right, guys, here we are for another segment here at Fife Street Brewing Company, 180 Summer Street, Charleston, West Virginia. This is the Backcountry Hunters and Anglers Pint Night here at the Fife Street Brewing Company. So we've got our next guest on, and Matt Kearns. He is a board member, and he's on their policy committee for the Backcountry Hunters and Anglers. So without further ado, please welcome with me Matt Kearns. How you doing, Matt?
I'm doing good. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks for being
Thank
here.
you, sir, for being on. So you do a lot of things there, I guess, with Backcountry Hunters and Anglers. Tell us a little bit about the multiple things that you do.
Sure. I've been on the board for a few years, and my primary interest, I'm one of the few people that likes to delve into the legislature, the policy, the science.
Gotcha.
I'm kind of the nerd.
That's fine. That's good.
Yeah.
It takes it all. It takes everybody in that aspect. You know, you got to have people that's willing to look into that and get into that.
Yeah, because there's a lot of people out there that don't know that there's that kind of stuff that goes on in the background.
It does.
You know?
Yeah. And so that's what I try and do is I keep our board informed of what's going on. We're busy right now with the legislative session.
Sure.
We're keeping an eye on bills that affect natural resources, hunting, fishing, access. And, we talk about it as a board, and we try and figure out what the chapter will and won't, engage on, and how to keep our members informed and engaged.
That's awesome.
So talk a little bit about legislative things happening in West Virginia and also around the region that with BHA.
Sure. So, BHA National does a great job of keeping the pulse in Congress. They send out members updates and action alerts for bills that are in Washington, D.C.
Yes.
And so, we always get kind of notifications of what's going on there. And, I share it to the board. And if you're a member, you usually get emails for important issues and times when the folks are asking you to contact your congressman and weigh in on an issue. Locally, again, we've been in the West Virginia legislative session since January 10th.
Right.
It'll run 60 days. And so I'm getting on there every couple of days, looking at the bills that are coming up. I'm pretty familiar with, bills will start in the House and they'll go over to the Senate. There's committees. There's a process.
Yes.
Schoolhouse rock.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just crazy the process that some of them things go through.
Yeah.
To get passed, and the different people that are in there lobbying, and just kind of in the process like you.
Well, not really lobbying per se. There are folks and interest groups that are able to have people in the Capitol kind of full time, whereas we're volunteers, and I'm logging in after work and checking to see what happened during the day.
Yeah.
Right.
The last few years, we've been keeping an eye on unfortunately keeping an eye on OHVs on public lands. Keeping our wildlife management areas as prime habitat, and for the purposes of hunting and fishing as primacy has been one of our big missions. So far, we haven't seen anything coming out of this legislative session related to that.
Okay.
We did recently see a really nice public access bill related to bridges and streams. I don't remember the number off the top of my head, but it's been introduced to whenever the Department of Highways puts in a new bridge or repairs something substantially, that they do a public access point in conjunction with that. So,
man, that's pretty cool.
So I think we're going to start getting behind that, and keeping an eye and hopefully seeing that improve access for anglers across the state.
And there's probably more people involved with this legislative process than what we think, because one of our sponsors is Trout Routes, and they have access points pinpointed and located. So it's not something that it's like it's not out there. The data's not out there. They should be able to pull from this from other, software companies and apps and things like that, because the data's already been pulled. So, I mean, it would be easily, implemented somewhere.
Yeah, actually, the way I read the bill that I saw earlier was actually adding new access.
Yes.
For any time a new bridge happens.
Oh, nice.
Gotcha. Not just kind of mapping.
So it kind of don't get lost and, just somebody don't know about it.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's a lot of bridges and stuff out there that probably doesn't have a good safe access point.
Yep.
And I'm sure there's thousands of bridges, and that could be thousands more places we could legally access our waters.
For sure.
Yeah, absolutely. So with you guys being mostly volunteer, do you have much sway with the legislative sessions? Like I follow West Virginia CDL, which they deal a lot with gun laws and gun controls and stuff like that. Do you guys have that kind of sway, or you just more follow it and make sure?
Well, we are a small organization.
Sure.
We're trying to grow our membership. It really comes, organizationally, where we're trying to get our members to, call in, send the messages.
Yeah.
The other strength that we have is we're well connected with other established organizations. In years past, we've give a shout out to like the West Virginia Bowhunters Association.
Yeah,
yes.
And so, when these issues kind of come up, there's a lot of chat between these organizations. Like, hey, I don't know if you saw this. This is coming up. I think this is going to affect us. Let's all kind of reach out to our membership and get involved.
Yeah, nice. Okay, perfect.
So we didn't actually hit on this with Jameson, but tell us where people can go if they want to become a member.
Oh, that's Jameson's gig. That's not.
I put him on the spot.
Yeah.
It's BackcountryHuntersandAnglers.com, I believe.
It is, yeah.
There's a whole membership page there where you can go to check out everything that you get with your membership and what all that entails.
Yeah.
So
yeah, there's often incentives.
Oh yes.
I don't. Yeah, right now I think there's various raffles and stuff if you join this month.
You can come to the West Virginia Hunting and Fishing Show
and sign up there.
And sign up right there.
There
with
you
these
go.
Guys at booth 68.
See there?
And
there
then
you go.
Stop over at booth 127 or whatever booth we're in.
Well, we were supposed to be in 212, but we're in
right.
216 and 217 now.
Yeah.
So
and then get your turkey calls.
Yep.
And life.
Yeah. Anything you do on the national page, when you put your information in and it realizes you're from West Virginia, you'll automatically be connected with what we're doing locally.
Okay, cool.
Okay, wow.
So it automatically sends that stuff out to you.
Nice. That's awesome.
Good deal. That's great. All right, Matt. Well, we appreciate you coming on. Thank you for your time, sir.
Yeah,
Thanks
we
for being out
appreciate
here.
it. Thanks.
This is your first podcast. How was it?
It was great.
All right,
Awesome.
good deal. Thanks, sir.
Thank you.
All right, guys, we'll be back for another segment. This will be our last segment coming up. We're going to be speaking with John Q, which is the general manager here at 5th Street Brewing Company. So right after a word from our sponsors, we'll be right back. This episode of On the Limb with Nature's Voice Game Calls is brought to you by Longspur Tracking and Outfitting. Longspur has 28 trackers covering 9 states: West Virginia, Ohio, Maryland, Pennsylvania, Kentucky, Illinois, and Iowa. Check them out for all your tracking needs on their Facebook page or visit them at www.whitetaildeertracking.com or contact them today at 304-439-1659. Longspur Tracking and Outfitting, www.whitetaildeertracking.com or 304-439-1659. Contact them today. All right, guys, here we are at 5th Street Brewing Company, 180 Summer Street, Charleston, West Virginia, with the Backcountry Hunters and Anglers, and we've got a very special guest here that is the general manager of 5th Street here. So, without further ado, John Q, welcome. How you doing, sir?
Great, gentlemen. How are y'all this evening?
Doing well.
Good.
Doing well. Real good now that I've had some of this great beer.
Yeah, thanks, man.
So, literally, I've been.
You know, he's only been here twice,
Yeah,
and
I
they've
have.
been with me both times.
Absolutely.
Yeah, appreciate that. Yeah. You get some more friends in here.
I don't come to Charleston often.
Yeah.
I'm not big on cities. I stay out in the sticks and
well, when you do, you know where you can come.
yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. And I will definitely be coming back
Right
for
on.
sure.
Yeah, for sure. So, John, tell us a little bit about your history. I hear that you have a little history in recording and with possibly a band.
Yeah, absolutely. So I grew up here in Charleston. Spent a lot of time in restaurants. I ran a catering business here for about 10 years.
Oh, nice. What
It's called Swiftwater Cafe.
Okay, yeah, I
I've
know
heard
that
of them.
place.
I've heard
Yeah,
of them.
it's old Teddy Queen.
Yeah.
We became really good friends over that time. We expanded to about 4 locations. We were catering all over the state. Also started working with Pies and Pints when they first opened here in town.
Good.
Got a good,
Nice.
strong West Virginia brand.
Yes.
I was with them when we went from 2 to about 16 locations all over the tri-state area. So when some acquaintances of mine said they wanted to open a brewery, I was all on board.
You're like, hey, I'm your guy.
Heck yeah. Yeah, it's been awesome.
Absolutely. That's awesome.
That's awesome, man. And so we're sitting here podcasting, looking at where they brew the beer. I mean, that's
you can't beat it.
You can't beat that.
Oh, it's beautiful. Yeah, it's about as fresh as it gets.
It is, and you can sit right in here at the bar and look at the process.
Yep.
I mean, it's awesome.
Yep.
I love that you all have that view to where people can see that.
Heck yeah. We got an incredible brewer, world-class brewmaster, Gil Peterson. He's a Michigan guy. We hired him from a brewery in Alabama, but he is yet to miss. We've been crushing it so far.
Yeah. So, getting into the 5th Street, why don't you tell us a little bit about the history of Fife in general?
Yeah. So
how it come about and all that.
So
yeah.
the space we're in, this building's been here for a long time. We're right in the middle of downtown Charleston between Capitol and Summer Street.
Yes.
This alley used to be a street, one-way driving street.
Right.
In the mid-'80s, they shifted it to pedestrian only.
So it's now a walkway.
Yep.
Broadly walkway.
And in the summer, we got about 65 seats out there in the alley with all the
Yes.
windows open. We're
Yeah.
rocking and rolling when it's warm. The space we're in right now inside was a shoe shop for about 80 years. A couple generations of
No
cobblers.
kidding.
No kidding.
So everybody in my parents' generation had pretty vivid memories of getting their
Sure.
their church shoes or their roller skates.
So I know this is probably going to be funny, but when we were hooking up our stuff, I seen some remnants of some shoe shine stuff over in the corner.
That's funny you say that. We kept the original floor.
Oh, no
When
kidding.
we spent weeks scrubbing shoe glue and boot glue off this floor.
Man,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So there's some good history here. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, heck yeah. So it was the shoe shop was part of a hotel originally, but they were open till they were closed for 4 years when we decided to come in here, and our 4 partners decided to turn it into a brewery. We had Derek and Lisa Godwin. We had Jody Driggs, managing partner of an architecture firm here in town,
Okay.
and Josh Dodd, who's a web designer. Did all of our branding, marketing, and web design for us.
Is he a younger gentleman?
Yep.
I know
Absolutely.
Josh.
Yeah, heck yeah.
I played football with him, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep.
If it's the same guy I'm thinking
Really?
of.
Absolutely. He was
That's
a GW
pretty
football
cool.
player
GW?
and walked on at WVU for a year.
Yes, he did.
No kidding.
Okay, I know Josh. Oh, my God.
I mean,
that's awesome.
he did an amazing job with the branding here.
It's really a pretty incredible team. I spent a
love
lot
it.
of time in bars and restaurants, and anything I can't figure out, I got just the right boss to go to figure it out.
Yeah, it sounds like it. For
So
sure.
how did that team come about? I mean,
The four of them, Derek and Lisa, are married. Derek's
Okay.
a managing partner of an accounting firm here in town.
Okay.
Lisa Godwin has been a State Farm insurance.
she's my insurance agency
down at
in Sissonville.
Yeah, absolutely.
I didn't know that she owned it until like
last time we was
probably
here.
like a month ago.
Well, December. Yeah, we
Yeah,
came down here in
just a
December,
month ago.
right around
So
Christmas.
it was kind of their brainchild. Derek always wanted a sports bar, and she said no, absolutely not. And when they were touring with one of their kids, one of their kids took them to a brewery, and they're like, "Well, this is pretty cool."
Yeah,
And I think, and the rest is history.
the rest is history.
that's
There you
awesome,
go.
man.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. I mean, so the beers here that you serve. Tell us a little bit about the brew and all the things that you serve here.
Yeah, sure. We go with as many West Virginia references as we can for our beer.
Yes.
Obviously,
There's not a lot of West Virginia or even Appalachian styles of beer, but we do, we do a lot of American styles, and we try and give them some cool West Virginia names.
Yeah, Appalachian style would be more moonshine.
Yeah, totally, absolutely, yeah. Or even cider's a little more traditional.
Yeah, cider. Yeah, absolutely.
We our main four beers that we make year round are Charleston beer, named after the city we're in.
Yeah, I love that
We got
one.
a big mural right behind us here. So
Yeah,
let's
it's
drink
one of my
Charleston
favorite.
beer. Yeah, easy drinking. It's our best seller.
It is.
Yeah.
It is good.
We got the Charlie West Coast IPA. We got Chuck's P51 Porter, named after Chet Yeager's
Had that this
record-breaking
evening. It's
airplane.
awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. It's one of my favorites for sure. And we got the Summer Street
They're all my
Wheat.
favorite.
Honestly,
I haven't
not
had a bad
beer.
one.
I'm really stuck on this Canal Kettle Sour, though. This thing.
Yeah.
That's a
It's-
cool one. We got
it's a
some,
dark sour.
Some
It's
Appalachian
awesome.
boysenberries in there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, that's really good.
I'm drinking the Chemical Valley Hazy IPA right now.
I had that last time I was here. It was really good.
One of our favorite names. Yeah.
Yeah.
People from out of town are a little funny about that one. But,
Well, you got to be here to know. We literally live in the Chemical Valley. This
Yeah,
is where
we do.
A lot of chemicals have
You know,
been
that's one of the
created.
reasons why they say we don't get as much snow anymore as what we used to. Because you remember back in the 70s and 80s and 90s.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, 78, 93, we had two major storms here in Charleston.
Yep.
Sure.
And, you know, that they're like, oh, well, we don't get that snow because of the Chemical Valley. But we're getting a good one tonight.
Yep.
Last 2 days.
We get some great sunsets here in Brawley
Yeah.
Walkway.
We
and
do.
we joke around and say those are the Chemical Valley sunsets.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Oh, great.
Well, I know, like you was talking earlier about this building. You guys revamped it. It used to be an old cobbler's building.
Oh, yeah.
So the revitalization process here, you guys started it kind of, and tell us a little bit about how it's changed this whole area of Charleston.
Yeah, absolutely. We definitely like to think we were at least a part of it. But I grew up here my whole life. In this part of town, especially this side of Summer Street, what used to be the Transit Mall,
Yeah.
wasn't always the most beautiful spot. or the
Most
coolest
desirable spot to be.
Yeah, totally. It's not maybe where you'd be out with your family.
Yeah.
But right around the time we started building, the city did a $5 million renovation project across Summer Street from us.
Slack Plaza.
Absolutely, and
Yes.
that's been amazing. They opened about 4 weeks before we did. Couldn't ask for better timing. They've got a splash park. They got a stage. They do shows all spring, summer, fall over there. They've been great neighbors. We throw beer over there whenever we can.
Awesome.
But between that, us opening, about 6 months after we opened, we got Short Story Brewing from Reevesville. Came down and opened a tap room right next to us. So now we got 3 breweries in a row. We started a little project together called Brewers Row. We've had
Nice.
we've done bar crawls. We've just had a ton of fun together. But and some people were worried about competition. Kind of spreading the crowd out a little bit. All it's done is bring more people down for all of us. It's
Sure,
been,
yeah.
Rising tide's been raising all ships. We've been having a blast with our neighbors this year.
Awesome.
Man, that's good. That's good stuff, man. I love hearing the history behind Fife Street Brewing Company and just how it's changed the area. So I think it's great. I mean, during Christmas time, this place is packed.
Oh, it's wild, yeah.
I mean, you have like 100 and some Christmas trees out through here.
Right in our front yard, yeah.
Yeah, and it's just, it makes it for an
All
awesome
locally,
setting.
Businesses donate.
Yeah, businesses
Yeah.
sponsor each one of those
Yeah,
trees.
So it's neat to just walk down here and see, I've heard of these guys.
Yep.
Never heard of them. Wonder what they do.
Yep.
Check them out.
Yeah,
Sure
it's,
is.
been
it's a
incredible,
great
yeah.
way to get your name out there.
Yeah.
For sure.
And we appreciate you having us here tonight and allowing
man.
us to do this.
Heck yeah, we just got your sandwich at the table, too. You got to
Yeah.
tell me what you
Absolutely.
think about that.
Yeah, I was smelling that, and she brought it over here. I was like, oh, God.
Don't you touch
I
my
might start
sandwich.
eating on that. All right, John Q, thank you for coming on, man.
Cheers,
and
guys.
thank you for your hospitality this evening.
Absolutely.
We sure appreciate it.
Nice to meet you. I'll come back anytime.
Yep, thank
We
you,
will,
sir.
definitely. Thank you.
All right, guys, so we're here at 5th Street Brewing Company, 180 Summer Street, Charleston, West Virginia for Pint Night, Backcountry Hunters and Anglers. And we just had John on, the general manager, so if you're in the area, come by here, man. This place is awesome. 5th Street has a great atmosphere, and you can sit right at the bar and see how they process the beer in the background.
And I promise you won't be disappointed with
no,
the beer.
you won't.
I haven't had a bad one yet, and I'm.
Let's see, 2,
I got
4, 6,
one-
8, 10, 12. They got 12 of them up there
Yeah.
right now, and y'all change them out every now and then.
Oh, yeah, about once a week.
Yeah, so, I mean, I've never had a bad one here.
No, I haven't had one.
And I've
one
been
bad
here
beer.
probably 6 or 7
Yeah,
times.
I
so.
think the only one up there I haven't tried right now is that barley wine.
Yeah, that's a new one. We
But-
wasn't here last time we
No,
did.
I don't think it was.
It's a good one to finish on.
Yeah, well, yeah, definitely to finish on because it's a 10.5.
Oh,
it's a
geez.
stout one. It's got some hit to it.
All right. Well, guys, that's going to finish us up for this evening here at 5th Street Brewing Company. So you'll hear a word from our sponsors at the very end, but be sure to check us out on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music. We're on about every area that you get a podcast. We're
Before
there.
we end this, Mike, I do want to mention one thing.
Yes.
So we are doing, in correlation with Laurel Fork Farms and Outdoors,
Yes.
we're doing a raffle giveaway. There's 3 tiers to it, as a matter of fact. So the first tier, it's your choice between 2 different blinds, which are phenomenal blinds. I mean, they are elevated blinds. You can't go wrong with it. So if you get the raffle tickets, you're going to win. If you're the main winner, you're going to win the blind.
Well, the whole package itself
Yeah.
is around $2,000.
Oh, absolutely. Easily. So, and second place is going to receive a fishing trip with
Specialized charters.
Specialized charters
Out of Ashtabula, Ohio.
No, yeah. Ashtabula, Ohio.
Or Port Clinton.
Yeah, I was going to say there's 2 of them.
Yep.
That's right. So, dude, phenomenal walleye fishing up there. Awesome. And then the
Dale
third,
does a great job.
yes, he does. And the third option, or the third winner, rather, is going to receive their choice of either a revealed Tacticam 2,
2.0.
a processing from
S&J.
S&J, or a processing from Hunter's Choice Specialties out of Shady Springs, West Virginia.
Yeah, so you get kind of both ends of the
Yeah,
state
so
there.
we're kind of hitting a little bit Charleston area and Beckley area.
Yep.
So tickets are freaking amazing. Literally, 1 ticket for 10, 3 for 20.
Oh, 3 for 20. You can't beat
You
it.
can't beat it. You're getting a free ticket.
I mean, you
You're
got a
getting
chance to
free
win $2,000 worth of product.
ticket. Yeah, absolutely.
So that's
So,
a great opportunity.
I just wanted to hit that out there.
Yeah,
'cause
no, you're good.
The show's going on this weekend. We're down here at the Charleston Hunting Fishing Expo. Come see us. Come see BHA. See everybody, man.
Yep.
We got a lot of vendors down there this year. It's awesome.
There's over 130 some vendors there. Backcountry Hunters and Anglers is at booth 68.
68, yeah.
And we're at 217, 218. So be sure to come check us out. But thanks for listening tonight, guys. We appreciate it. That concludes our episodes here at 5th Street Brewing Company. Be sure to come check them out if you're in the area. Thanks,
Might not
guys.
be our last, though.
No, it might not be. Thank you, John. This episode of On the Limb with Nature's Voice Game Calls is brought to you by Longspur Tracking and Outfitting. Longspur has 28 trackers covering 9 states: West Virginia, Ohio, Maryland, Pennsylvania, Kentucky, Illinois, and Iowa. Check them out for all your tracking needs on their Facebook page or visit them at www.whitetaildeertracking.com. Or contact them today at 304-439-1659. Longspur Tracking and Outfitting, www.whitetaildeertracking.com or 304-439-1659. Contact them today.